Hello. Come on in. I'ma wait. Let me find some music to play. We about to get into something. Come on up if you got something to say, cause I showed enough do tonight. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. We're gonna talk some shit tonight. In a classy way, right? We could do that. We could do that. We could do it in a classy way. Keep it classy, baby. Okay, we're gonna show that. I guess I gotta twist it. Okay, there we go. All right. Let me give y'all a little music. Child today. Oh my goodness. Hmm. Woo. People try you, honey. Wait a minute. Is it playing? Hold on. Okay, let me see. Hold on. I'll make sure. Can y'all hear some music? No? Hold on. Fade in, loop the track. Come on and play. What's wrong with this? Oh, that's what I gotta do. Sorry, y'all. I'm relaxed. Welcome, welcome. Let me see what's going on with these chit. I don't know why it won't play what I like. Okay, let's go here. I like this one. I'm gonna turn this other one up. I'm gonna turn it down. Yay! Hey, welcome, welcome, beautiful, beautiful people. Welcome. I am welcoming you guys so much. Thank you for coming. Hey, Bougie, I told you I'm trying to be consistent, baby, and I'm coming with it. I am tired. I think I have been really cool, and this is a back to back. But now I want to get into something that I am. Whew, I need to know why we still hearing this. I want to know, why are we still using the Bible? Hey, Sobox, the intellectual salute, sir. Thank you for coming in and supporting on always. So that's why I did it. And right before, I ain't saying no names, but right before I got on the live tonight, Joy, I again am being accused of being a man or wanting to be a man. Right before I started it. It was like right after I did my artwork. And I apologize for my setup. I know it's a little ghetto, but I'm transitioning in life right now. However, I am blown away by, again, the audacity. What in knowing what you want, trying to achieve what you want, is considered being a man? This is why I said yesterday the battle of the sexes. People gonna stop pretending like it's not. There is a problem here. So not only am I serious about what I was talking about, I went and pulled out, let me find it, y'all. My bad, look, I done misplaced it already. I brought my Bible with me tonight. Because we're going to talk about it. We are damned if we do, we damned if we don't. This thing right now that's going on within this YouTube space, which I am speaking to. Not to say that this type of conversation has not been on the outskirts, but however, I truly want to know, do we want to be enemies? Like, we're not allowed to be best friends. We're not allowed to want you to be vulnerable. We shouldn't expect you to do any kind of work to be a better version of yourself, but you want me to always be the better version of myself. Keep your keep your hair done. Be beautiful. I heard a man say tonight, now we have sided with the LGBT community as black women against black men. But y'all saying to me, there's no battle going on, right? And we want to poo poo people off that say what we think is crazy things, but we know that it's truth in there because they mean it. If I am pious and virtuous and to myself, and I'm not a social butterfly, or I don't go out all the time, then hey sister, thank you for coming in. So makeup is a problem. Too much, not enough. Weight, too big, too small, not enough titties. Excuse my language. You talk too much, you're too loud. That's what I heard. I heard this black man say today. Black women are just loud. Interesting. So now we're too loud, or we don't stand up for you. Do you want me to be quiet? Do you want me to not say anything? Just bring you your slippers and your drink and worship you every day? There's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want. And there's nothing wrong with the woman or man who want to do it for you. We're too worried about being in people's bedrooms. We in bedrooms, we in bathrooms, but we not in our community. Hey. So, what I wanted to do was, it's a little bit of a rant, so I apologize because since being on this space, I have been called many things. For what? Are my ideas bad? Am I being unrealistic? How can you have issue but you want to take care of other people? Don't we do that every day? If you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, you might have bad credit. So you might be homeless and you a nurse. That can happen here. So I wanted to. I am not trying to be funny. This is not a Donald Trump move. I truly have read this book. Um, but I am trying to understand why. Thank you, Bougie. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Like that. Oh Lord. Something that opened up my computer, y'all. Don't pay me no mind. And this is no disrespect. Please understand. This is no disrespect to religion. Oh, it's my girl. Yes. Oh yeah.
Hey,
Hey
boo.
boo. What's up?
Nothing much. I just saw you was live, so I tapped in. So I'm gonna go on mute
Thank
and keep
you.
listening for a minute.
Well, today, while I was, kind of working, doing my thing on the computer, I float around.
Mm-hmm.
Go here, this, go here, let it out. This is the community I've decided to be in. But I just have had enough of this pious pedestal that men have put themselves on in this space. You can be in my bedroom. You can police what is between my legs. Um, And that's not enough. That's not enough. Hey, Cleo. Hey, welcome.
It's very interesting, is it?
Very. So I started out kind of like, why is it fire and brimstone? And that's why my thumbnail is that. Because it's like, so we're going to crucify every black woman we have infiltrated. We've sided with the LGBTQ community. This is our fault. We, as single mothers, it's our fault. As women who go after child support, not that men don't do it. Men don't go after child support. Child, that don't even exist. That's a new. That's an outlier. And so we making you run and across the country and hide because you don't want to pay uh, a few dollars. And as we both know, you don't get all that money.
Sure, and
It's
that's
a
the
money
thing.
game.
When it comes to that, I've
Hmm.
never been to court for child
My
support.
mother, my mother either. Yeah, my
And
mom either.
personally, it's not like they got money like that anyway. So I ain't even gonna front. But even so, I'm the type of person that it's too much stress for me. I'm not going in and out of court to try to make you be a father. Because for me, I
Honey,
value, like, don't get me wrong, I don't knock people who've done that because some people truly need
of
that
course,
financial support, right? I was,
of course.
I'm grateful because I didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? But like
Hmm.
I said to my oldest, his dad, I told him years ago, I say being a father is a heart thing. I say, and I'm not gonna be in and out of court trying to make you be a father. And I left it
Mm.
at that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been the type
Hmm.
to, I'm not gonna give you your daddy phone number and all this and keep it. I don't relate to a lot of that goofy shit they talk about. To be honest with you, when it comes to that.
But
But
that's
yeah,
the
you didn't
thing.
realize everything is your fault. You didn't know that.
Well, I knew this, right? Growing up
Hmm.
as a black woman, growing up as a black girl, um, because, like I say, yes, I love elegance. I have been, to really beautiful places. I've also gotten and been eating my barbecue out of a piece of foil. Like, I don't care, right? I'm not impressed with this this fantasy
Hmm.
of I'm this alpha black man. Yet, when the question comes up of okay, so you in my bedroom, you in my bathroom, you in my mind, because all women are the same as a general. We chaotic nature. You throwing around the word nature. Have you ever even been in nature? You ever went camping?
Girl, some of these people don't even know what it's like to put their bare feet to the earth, honey.
But here's my favorite part. Right before I go live, I have a conversation. And
Hmm.
again, I state, I'm clear, you just want to be a man.
Well,
How? Hey, welcome, Autumn. Thank you for coming to see. Thank you. I love you, girl.
it's
Please, if you
confusion.
like, hit the link. When I have talked about in this space many, many times, I have not changed what I've said, and I have added on as much as I can, and I continue to add on because I truly, just like other people in other spaces, I truly believe there's a message and there is inspiration in knowing that everybody don't think the same.
Facts.
Are we similar in thought? Yes.
Hmm.
Do we have a universal thought? Yes. If you around fire, if I'm around fire, it gets out of control. What we doing?
Hmm. Need balance.
So you telling me I'm not allowed to build without a husband. I'm not allowed to build because I need to wait on men to decide they want to build in the community.
Sure.
If there's two people doing it, you don't need to do it. But yet you buy Nikes, Adidas, Pumas. Don't they
Make
all?
it
Ain't
make
they all
sense.
doing the same thing? Aren't they all doing the same thing?
But that's a part of the madness, right? And so, and don't get me wrong, I'm not above the
No,
BS when I feel like, you know,
of
being
course.
in that BS bag. But when it comes to just
Hmm.
rational thinking, there are still some things that I just don't relate to. And a
Yeah.
lot of the thinking in these spaces are very extreme in nature. They're irrational, they're unreasonable, they make no
Right.
sense. And in their minds, it
Oh
makes
no, I don't
total
like that.
sense. And so I'm trying to figure out, like, it's just unfortunate because obviously something has changed in the atmosphere, right?
Oh,
With
honey,
people
yes, it's shift.
pushing their rhetoric and people
Mm-hmm.
internalizing the poison and spreading it. It's just like
Right.
oppression, as oppression comes down, then you have lateral violence, right? And to me, this is the lateral violence coming into fruition. And to me, it's only getting worse. And these conversations and these arguments and these differences that people refuse to find common ground on is exacerbating the issue. Like, a lot of
Yes.
this is just complete madness. And so it's
Yes.
unfortunate though, because some people don't have that moral compass to
And you know
where
what?
they
Where
can
I'm
just say,
sorry.
okay, I don't want to do
Yeah.
that. I don't want to say
Right.
that because a 15-year-old is watching me. Although I can't control who's
Oh
watching
no,
me,
it's
I can
about the
control what I'm saying.
kids. Don't you know that
Child, they don't
too?
give a damn about them children.
It's about the kids, honey.
Mm.
The kids.
So I don't know. Have you been roaming the YouTube streets today?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
Oh,
did.
okay.
I've been hopping.
I've seen some titles. I haven't checked out some of the lives, but I seen some titles, child. I did participate in a live earlier today, and
Hmm.
yeah, and that's the thing, like what you were saying, like you're tired and stuff like that, and for some people that's built a certain way, and I relate. You have to find a way to not become drained because it's
Right.
easy to become drained in this space. For some people, they truly
Yes.
just eat their popcorn and they all right.
And
I'm
that's
with the shits,
fine.
but it's also
Right.
draining when you look at the severity of some things. Like, it's okay to joke and stuff, but at a
Hmm.
fundamental level, a lot of this stuff is depressing. Because I mean, people was arguing for hours about a full grown 40-year-old man being with an 18-year-old, and people could not understand why this is not ideal. Um, People just went with, it's legal, it's not, and I'm like, most of y'all
But
don't
that's
follow the
it.
damn law
What
anyway. Like, what
what
is
does that
it?
say? But here's the thing. Let me just throw this out real quick.
Hmm.
If we were so civilized, why do we have laws where a wife can go and say, "Hey, man, this dude is doing things to me that I don't want him to do,"
Right.
and it's a crime, right? You can't beat your wife. You can't.
Mm.
It's illegal, but men still do it.
And they came up with that law because obviously it had to happen. That's just like when you read them little employment pamphlets and stuff, or you do the little orientation and they tell you don't do this, don't do that, whatever, and you be like, that is so stupid. But they definitely had to make that rule, or that
Because
and put that
somebody
in
was
policy.
doing it.
Exactly. So they had to put it in the policy because somebody did this foolishness. Because I be like, we really gotta sit here and watch this video for like an hour, two
Yes.
hours, and this is madness. So we really gotta
Don't
tell
touch
people this.
this. Right.
Exactly. Just like telling people to not put Tide Pods in their mouth. Like, why do we have to tell people these things? Because somebody is
Right.
doing it. And so yeah, it was interesting though. And child, that's a whole nother can of worms. But honey, it was interesting. A
I
lot of windmilling and carrying on.
so I went to the different lives. Hey, Cellulite, welcome. I went to the different lives.
Girl, no, he is not here.
Yes.
He been on my heels today, girl. Every time I'm
You
in the
know,
kitchen, you
y'all
in the
welcome.
kitchen. Every
Yes,
time
come
I'm in
on.
the kitchen, you in the
If
kitchen, Will.
if he can't cook, that's why he in the kitchen because he can cook. That's
Right.
all.
But what was you
But
saying? Go ahead, sis.
nah, you good back. Bougie had a question, and I'm gonna go back to it real quick.
Okay.
Now, I want to say this. This is not for me just some kind of, ooh, let me just jump on this bandwagon. That's not
Hmm.
it. I've taken religious courses. I love to dissect. Like I said, if somebody was to tell me what degree I had, it would probably be a PhD in sociology. That's how
Hmm.
hardcore, you know what I mean? I am about
I get
studying,
that. I'm a people
you know,
watcher.
right. And you learn that there are habits and patterns that come in every wave. So I heard men discussing um, the young lady from a few days ago, that whole conversation, Venus and her channel and the whole nine. And I hear them saying on another panel, well, black women started accepting the LGBTQ, and that is why. And I'm sorry, AI, and that is why. I find it interesting that we just finished about 2, 3 years ago. Now, whether or not you into Black Lives Matter or not, that's not the point. The point is in this country, we are still at the bottom of the totem pole. The same things that I'm hearing black men say in these spaces are the same things that white men have said about us. When women started getting in the workplace, same thing. There has always been a battle where just existing as a woman, we're not allowed to say, uh, I no, no, I don't want to date you. No, I don't think it's going to work. No, I don't think that we're compatible. No, I would rather stop now before things get hairy. You trying to be a man. Why? Because I'm comfortable with me, regardless of my situation. I have to be with me 24/7. And I did take it personal because I'm a woman. I'm a black woman. I've walked down the street and somebody yelled an N word out the car. I've been turned down for jobs because once I show up and they see who I am, they don't want me no more. These are these tiny struggles that black women go through, and we just eat them up like Pac Man and keep pushing. But these men have the audacity to sit and say, like they have nothing to do with this society. You black men benefit from the patriarchy regardless. Black women will still be at a lower rung than the rest of the women in this country. So I guess that's why I said for me, I have different things that I'm into. I am an activist in my own way, right? I really truly care about what our community is doing as we go forward. And however, maybe not every black person is on YouTube. I know that. But what scares me or makes me nervous is the people listening that aren't saying anything. The people that are listening and agree with it and then apply it to their lives. But you're not giving advice though.
Right. Have you noticed though some things that are online is starting to
Oh honey,
spill
yes.
out
Oh yes.
and they and you'll find some of it now in movies and stuff. Some of this rhetoric,
Mhm.
and some of these
Mhm.
talking points and stuff like that. You starting to
Music.
see it on TV
Yes.
and TV.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly.
You have now this distraction because that's what it is. If you worry about, this is the same country, this was not long, that long ago, where you could get arrested for doing certain things in your house. I think I can say this. Sodomy has been against the law across the country for a long time. These are laws that are here still on the books because you hear it. Like if you're a crime, if you're a crime person like me, You done heard it. Where I am bothered, where I am irked, so to speak, and feel it necessary to say something is because I know, regardless of these women who go and listen, any of us who do, I do not care about that. We all gonna go and listen and find out or whatever. We talk about we don't want leaders, but look what we do in YouTube. Look at what we're doing. We have pedals. There are people in this space who have a pedestal. Why? Because they get more cash apps? Because I don't see no solutions. All I hear is rhetoric and anger and entitlement and
Mm-hmm.
an inability to cope and compete. So if you want to look at it as a battle, if you want to look at it as a game, if you want to look at me as a woman as some kind of something you have to conquer, and see that is, child, you
It takes
still
away
want to conquer.
the humane aspect of humanity from a woman, and that's why I mean, in general, and this is just a general statement. I truly feel
Yeah.
like women in general are still viewed as subhuman to a
Mm-hmm.
lot of men, and
Yes.
viewed as property. Because even with the
Mm-hmm.
conversation today, with the dude going back and forth and stuff, he made a comment. And he said, like, what are y'all talking about? People been breeding chicks throughout history, and just the statement like breeding chicks, like, sure, it's
Well,
sometimes it's just disgusting to me,
it
honestly.
is. Hey, Nightish, welcome. You can hit the link. You can hit the link. I find what you said. We not having enough babies. There's
Hmm.
plenty of babies that don't have parents.
Hmm.
How much cellulite pay for a wrench? What? Did I give cellulite a wrench? I don't know. Hold on.
Girl, I'm not doing that.
Y'all is not playing with me. Don't come in here, night is trying to start some shit. What? Hold on. I don't even think so. I don't think he has a wrench. Stop it. I don't even, I'm not even on that. I know this. I'm so bad about that. Like, I don't, like, I'm not, you know what I mean? If you want to do certain things or that are like bougie, she been here with me since day one, right? So
Yeah,
I'm
bougie
like,
sweet.
yeah, right. She, even though I be on here talking about any and everything,
I don't know. Some people be obsessed with wrenches. The only thing a wrench
I've
do for
heard
me,
about that.
honestly, it just
Yeah.
keep me from being shadow banned. Cause sometimes YouTube hide my comments.
Oh,
Not the channel holder, but
yeah, yeah,
YouTube
yeah.
sometimes will block my comments. And so that's the only thing a wrench do for me. Besides that, I could care less. And some pages, if I do
Hey,
get a wrench, I ask
Dominic.
them what their
Yeah,
rules are. Okay, do you have rules or whatever, whatever, and yeah, and I keep it from there. But besides that, a wrench don't do a lot for me. But yeah, I think it keep people from getting blocked in certain spaces too, though. I think that's why some people be having a bunch of wrenches because it keep people from being blocked and hid.
I listen. I promise, Nightish, you got to hit the cash app. Go ahead and do that.
Night is still acting up.
Yep, he said he a baby. Donate to the cause, sir, and I got you. Whatever you donate, I got you.
Child, Night has been running rampant in these streets.
He said he was gonna do it, and I am completely Autumn. I got you, baby. I'm gonna get you a
He's a
wrench.
man of his words. He is a man of
Come
his
on up
word,
here.
honey. Because he
Come
been
on
cutting
up
up,
here.
child.
Hit the link because
It's
I am
like
ready.
nightish. You supposed to be sitting down somewhere letting somebody rub your head so you can go to sleep. Rub that bald head. You out here fighting.
So Bougie had a question, and I completely diverted. And yes, it's a pillow behind me because I am comfortable. There you go. So, film I'm watching. Trying to come to a conclusion. I was talking to this person. We were talking about, different types of things that we may or may not be able to do together. Well, as this conversation has gone on, I'm understanding, hey, I don't think this is going to be it right at the moment, right? Why don't we wait? Why don't we see? Let me do my thing, you do your thing, and then I'll will come back at it. But it's not the first time I've been called a man in some type of relationship, because I'm in touch with myself. I'm not, if I'm gonna be emotional, it's gonna be about certain things. I'm not going to chase you. I'm not going to um what's the word? I'm rough around the edges. Let's just say that, right? Because
Same.
again, as I explained, if I care about you, or I decide, okay, I'm going to do something with you, I try to be very transparent with that person, because either we are going to learn each other and see if we can make it work, or we going to go back and forth. I don't want to argue with you every day. That shit's, I'm not in high school. I want peace, baby. So if a woman is supposed to be your peace, don't bring me to, don't, stop. Go get the peace in you first. Then come talk to me. But that's not what happened. And liberated soul, thank you. I love y'all so much. Thank you for coming in. Like I said, it is no, just to be clear, if anyone, this is not to offend anyone about religion. This is just, these same men are using Christianity as the base for, they have weaponized, right? That's the word I was looking for. They have weaponized certain things in the Bible that I find disgusting. You talking about women hit the wall. You, oh, come on. Yeah. I'm gonna be here for a minute. Girl, I'm good. I've had a blessed day. I have been able to do some things I didn't think I was going to. It's been some good things. I'm feeling okay. So I'm here. I'm here. Like I said, I'm trying to be as consistent as possible with both my message and getting things moving. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not just looking at it from the sense of, oh, okay, I'm just trying to buy land and grow food. No, there needs to be a community hub for the people who are being left out. These conversations are not a solution. When I think about how much money Black people have made on this alone, we could have bought a whole city. That's the new income. Oh my God, I'm sorry. You know what? I get you mixed with somebody else. Yes, I do. I'm aware. Thank you. I'm so sorry. But yes, please. You're more than welcome. Hit the link when you come back up. My apologies. So it kind of got in my head, like, I was raised. We were talking about that. I was in church, right? I was in church in my formative years. It had a huge impact, like you were talking, not to the level that you were saying you was going by yourself. We had to go until my father decided to tell people he was a deacon and he wasn't.
Girl, that's another story for story time, but go ahead.
Yes, honey. Look, I got look. I think I just do a show. A book is too long. We can't. It'll just be a series. I'll sell it to Netflix. You can get anything on there. Anyway, let me get back on track. But oh yes, please, please. Share, like, subscribe, comment. I am going to be doing both things. A duality of, I care about my community, and this part of it is disturbing to me. You want us you want us to date you. You want us to marry you. You want us to cook for you and clean for you. You want us to smell your hot breath and rub your head and tell you everything is okay, but yet and still you want to tell me, oh, I'm not a real woman. You got on makeup. You look like this type of person. You trans. Are you a transformer?
Girl, that's so disrespectful. And that's the thing, right? The idea of what a quote unquote woman is been so romanticized to the point where these people are just so unrealistic. They look at fixed up people all day on social media, and in their mind, what the media puts out on TV, movies, et cetera, that is the epitome of a woman. And my thing is, if you're constantly focused on surface level, superficial stuff, why are you confused when you get superficial results? Like, I don't get it.
You play
Make it make
stupid
sense.
games. Well, here it is. And I'm going to be completely honest. I think this is exactly what it is. Here's my theory. Even though we have wealth in this country from black folk, right? We can still count. There's only five rich families, like five black, like serious rich families. And the majority of their money is in entertainment, uh yeah, entertainment, television,
Hmm.
cable, right, radio, those type of things, right?
Entertainment, arts, etc. Like
Yeah,
the arts
all of
and
that,
stuff.
the things that they
Yeah.
have allowed us. See, here's the fun part. They have allowed us to make this money because you know what we're going to do with it. We're going to go to their neighborhoods, we're going to buy their homes, we're going to buy their cars, their clothes, so they're not worried. Yeah, yeah, be rich and let me have that money right back. And so it never circulates. That's why it's only 6 seconds. Yes, I do have a thing with hot breath, Nightish. I don't like it.
Oh Lord, somebody help me. Did
Get
you
your
answer
hot mouth.
bougie question though
Yes,
about
I
what exactly
did.
did you
Didn't I?
say?
That's
I
what I
don't
said
know.
to him. That's what I said. I said
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think this should be. I think we should. No, I didn't. It's not a good.
They get stuck in boxes
Oh
to the
Lord,
point
hold
where
on.
they
He's
can't even have a
scaring me. Hold on.
wait,
Let
what?
me tell Nightish. This is the one, sir. Oh Lord, you just sending money to people. I mean, that's good.
Good. I
You got
can't.
it
I
like
can't.
that, but you not. You are here sending it to everybody. Wait a
Hell,
minute.
I'm
Hold on. Let me get
modest.
my
I
phone
need to
back.
start just telling folks to just send me some money for child. They
Hey,
be
you
all
know
over the
what?
place.
My sister got on me because I don't. If you go back and
Hmm.
look at my,
Girl,
I
trust me,
don't
I
do.
know.
Yeah, I don't do it. So I think also too, kind of being in these spaces, it's like, oh well, shit. Not because I'm trying to compete with someone else. Cause okay, hey, thank you, Nightish. I got you. No, baby, you got it. No, that's it. That's the one. That's the one. You're fine. It's okay. It'll make its way to me if you put the other one. But that's the one. I changed it because I don't want nobody, like I frequently try to change it because I don't want nobody trying to defraud
Right.
nobody under my name. But anywho, I started thinking about the women of the Bible, right? Like my
Hmm.
favorite stories. Sarah, Mary Magdalene, and Delilah. Three different type of women that are portrayed in the Bible. Ow. My sister hit me with my phone. Hello, young lady on the road. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, how you doing?
Oh, nothing. I mean, just what I said. You know what I'm doing? Packing, trying to get out of this city to get
I
to.
know that's right. You will, you will. I know what I know what you talk about.
Yeah, I know.
That
Yes,
wasn't even that long ago,
no.
girl.
Been a transition.
But
Mhm.
how far is your drive?
17 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
17 hours. So I'll do that majority of the way, and then take a nap and I mean, not take a nap, but stay somewhere at this little cute little
She
cabin.
said, "I'm about to just pull off and take a
I
nap."
can't.
I
I'll
meant
shoot. If I didn't have them kids, I mean my twins, that's what I would
right.
do.
Probably,
Yeah,
but
that's
that's
tough
Because
on
not
I
the
can
road with
safe
the
drive at
babies.
though.
17. I like
That's
driving. I
I
like
know, but
driving.
that's not safe. I'm glad you got the kids, so now you ain't gonna do that because
I'm
you
just
can't be
kidding.
out here like
I
that no
wouldn't pull
more.
over. I wouldn't pull over. That's too
'Cause
scary.
you
But
know that one black lady, she got snatched up. They never found her. I was like, oh my
yeah,
Wow.
no,
God.
we can't do stuff like that.
That's
I
There's
don't
right.
this
like
We
cute
driving
having
little
at
to.
cabin
night.
that I always stay at when I take that drive, and so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
stay at that cabin, and then
Ooh, a
yeah,
cabin.
it's a cute little cabin. It's like
I wanna see
I don't even. I have the name of
it.
it. It's a cute little cabin, and
Yeah.
we gonna stay there, and then we gonna get on the road.
I need a picture though.
I will take you. I'll send you some pictures. It's
Okay,
really nice.
cool. Cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yes, what you
Think
think about
about the
what I'm
topic.
saying? Yeah.
Well, so about the transgender issue or the way
Well,
that we are labeled or the gender roles, where those come
mm-hmm.
from and all that. So
Well,
what?
yeah, mainly it is this pseudo, what do you want to call it? This pseudo religiousness that has started to, well, which has always been here, but it's like your role as a woman and your role as a man is based in a religion that even wasn't really for us in the first place.
I think that it is what you said. I think that a lot of it comes from the religion, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that it changed when Christianity came into place. We all know about how they, the I don't know, the Greek and Romans or whatever they
Mm-hmm.
are
Mm-hmm.
didn't like women, and they changed the word, the so-called word of God, and it was basically to put women at the bottom of the totem pole when they used to worship us.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and they still do because, you
Right.
know, they do. So, but all I'm saying is like I think that that has a lot to do with the way that our particular culture um, chooses to view us or tries to put us in these little boxes.
Right. Right.
I think it
Exactly.
stems from that, as
Yeah, yeah,
opposed
yeah.
to just seeing us as humans and just letting us be who we are, and then
Right.
and vice versa. But all of that has to do with, what we went through with slavery and having to be able to, gain our identity.
Right. Thank you for saying that. It is very true. Our identity is necessary. Am I frozen? Oh wait, I did something wrong. Hold on, y'all. I'm over here tripping. Made the one. Never mind. Don't. I'm not gonna explain it. Anyway, that's what I was telling Just Jay. I was thinking about Sarah in the Bible, right? I was thinking
Hmm.
about Delilah in the Bible and Mary Magdalene, right?
Hmm.
So when you look at these women, now here's Sarah. Her story was she had kids and she was like a million years old. I'm paraphrasing. Okay.
Right.
Then you got Delilah, who supposedly was so enchanting that she made this man cut his hair. And now it's her fault. He weak.
Right.
And then Mary Magdalene, which of course the controversy of it. I've heard many things as like religious scholars have discussed her place in it. They believe that she was cut out when she was one of, you know, Jesus's right hands
Hmm.
because she was a woman. That's it. Just existing as a woman.
I
And
was
that is scary to me. That in
right.
2023, this is where we going.
I was seeing some interesting things about that too
Mm-hmm.
recently. Not
Mm-hmm.
about that particular thing, but just the whole creation story. So it's
Mm-hmm.
so many.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for social media.
Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse, just like anything else.
Hmm.
It's what you get out of it. It's what you take it. But I am so tired of hearing Black women being torn down. We are responsible for everything, but yet, black man, you don't have a solution for us. You want us to wear our natural hair? Then why don't you create companies that we could come to work to and we could wear our natural hair? Look at that.
Hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. It's like, why do people have to? Why do we have to be a certain way to?
Go
I
ahead,
don't know.
girl. You finish that out. There it is.
Why do this? It's like, why do we have to be a certain way? I feel like we just living in this country, living in this world.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to find out who. That's why I say I just thank God for social media, because it's opened up so many doors and opportunities for us to explore different types of, just
Right.
careers, and have different
Mm-hmm.
businesses, and learn about different cultures and identities. I mean, not identities, but just different cultures, and just learn
Mm-hmm.
about different things that we would have never really had access to. And I
Right.
feel like that's what's important, more of us trying to find, self discovery, and, just define who we are as a person. And yes, our community is important, because that's our realm of influence. You have your realm of influence and your realm of concern, and
Mm-hmm.
things in your circle of concern are things we can't do anything about, like the government, the
Right.
system, and all this. Your things of influence are the things that you can actually impact, which is your community, your family, your personal self. Leading by example, all of
Mm-hmm.
those things. And so I just feel like, we really need to do just a lot of self introspection to figure out who we are and what we want. And the beauty of it right now is that I don't think that I think that we're focusing too much on trying to keep a control in us in this little
Right.
box, when we're not even
Mm-hmm.
realizing how much freedom we have to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to get away from this and be able to do self discovery, which is, I think, is what we're supposed to be here on this earth to do.
Right. Right.
So I don't know, but it turns you off. It turns you off when it comes to wanting to be in relationships with people, because it's like, are you in a relationship with me, or do you like me, or do you like what you think I represent?
Yeah.
Do you even know me? Do you
Mm-hmm.
know you?
Mm-hmm.
That part,
Right.
I don't know.
And let's have a conversation. Like, it's almost like, let me keep throwing out these things. 'Cause I'm like this. Okay. So I respect the hustle. If you want here to grift, make your money, do you do. But the things that are being said and how comfortable these men are to disrespect black women on a level I have never heard in my life. Now, whether we joking or playing, I got you. But I have boundaries. And if you don't do nothing else with me, child, you gonna respect me. I'm not or we don't have to talk. See, that is the key. We don't have to talk. And I asked the question, and of course I never get an answer. Because I put in the chat, I participated, and I said, then why don't black men mobilize? You talk about the mobilization of the LGBTQA, I think it's IA or AI, I apologize if I'm wrong. Community. Why don't you just mobilize? Why don't you decide, encourage each other? Not me, but encourage each other to vote so you can change laws. Get behind a candidate. The same way y'all can drop cash apps, 500, 200, $100 on these panels, you could put that money behind a candidate, a local candidate. Get your changes. But I never get an answer. It's like, let me complain. That's where I want to be.
Hmm.
I do understand, Lady Royal, and thank you so much for coming. But but there is a problem here, because all of us who are in this space, there should be a modicum of respect.
I
And
agree.
what I find interesting is women will go up and be respectful, right? But the majority of the time, if you say something different, you lying. If you have a different,
Opinion.
yeah,
You're
it
arguing.
right.
Just a different opinion. You're arguing. You
Like I
like purple and
said,
I like blue, so it's an art. I'm
yes,
arguing with you because I like purple. Interesting.
it is that adage of I'm going to shit on the community that I say that I swear up and down need help. We're gonna talk about the children that need to be protected. But let me just ask anybody in the chat and on the panel. No disrespect, and I'm not being facetious. Are trans people knocking down your door and then pulling your kids out?
No,
Are they
I
walking through
mean
y'all's neighborhoods, passing
they
out
don't.
pamphlets?
They're not doing that. They're just
You sure?
trying to
You
bully
sure?
us.
Mm-mm. You mean
I,
they not coming through and raiding your house? They ain't put no, you know, nothing on your lawn, right? They just trying to exist. Now, don't
they're,
get me wrong.
they're
What
bullying
was?
women.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, liberated soul rebel. He said, "I'm gonna pull up his thing now." He's saying too much ego, competition involved. Everybody wants to be the top dog. I don't know how that works within a system where even within the men, it's a hierarchy. But we're to blame for that though. And
Why some men?
um that's where my it's like it make the hairs on the back of my neck. I'm glad I don't have a daughter. There's no way. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Not the way that uh, people are, coming through or doing this or doing that. Oh, we lost your shade. You can come back up, babe. But it has come to that place. And like I said, even within my research as what I am doing, hell high water, I am making that accomplishment happen. Why do we have to be so vitriol together?
Do you think
Oh, black people ain't gonna do this, black people ain't gonna do that. Go ahead, baby. I gotta switch lights. Go ahead. You
Do you
got it.
think that I was thinking like, do you think that who seems to be the people that are supporting you the most right now? Um, Whoever they
Ouch.
are, I think that we need to make these small changes, um, or just whatever the changes that we can do that we can influence, and you know, then let it be a momentum. But with social media, I think that because of how powerful it is, how it reaches so many audiences, and then there's no decorum in how to be respectful to people, other than if you say something that's going to, that YouTube or Instagram or whatever is going to violate you for. That's the only rules that you pretty much got. I think that at this point we just have to, focus on the people that have our back, the people that are supporting us, and just working from there until we, gain some grounding. But I don't, I, I, I don't think that there's going to be a big movement of black men or black women respecting each other. I think it's just going to have to be an individual thing. And, again, it just goes back to how you're being, not I mean, it just goes back to what you represent, what code you are. I think that we need to develop a code. As far, not even, I'm not talking about being on code. I'm talking about, like, what are your, like, core values. Like, we should start teaching our children, or even developing that for ourselves. What are my core values? Like, I am not the most perfect person in the whole wide world, but what are the things that I value the most? What are my core values? Do I value community? Am I a giver? What do I have? A family, loyalty, I don't know, whatever my core value is. I think we need to come up with like three core values, and everyone just personally, and stick to those things and then operate from there, because we don't have no system that we can trust that is going to regulate us. So it has to be an individual thing. And when we come online, we have to kind of just basically find our tribe and whoever is rolling with us. But I don't think it's going to be no mass movement of us respecting each other, or us seeing, you seeing a big change in what we see now. I think it's going to get worse because we don't have knowledge of ourselves. And I'm not even talking about, again, just being black, but just being what do you represent as a person. I don't think that we have been taught that. I think we can be taught those, our core values and our fundamental things about what makes us who we are, addition from religion, addition from our sexual orientation, or whatever. But I don't think that we know to do that. And how do we get there? I don't know.
I
So,
will. I love what you said, and I'm going to welcome Big Mama. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Hello,
What?
greetings.
Hey, and what say you, love? Or are you just coming in on what we're talking about?
Well, I was listening because it had to do with men. So, so
I'm
yeah,
gonna
I
mute you
think,
back.
no, I
Go
think
ahead.
like some of the stuff y'all think basically, and I would just say that once we, once we stick to our, as women or as black women, if we're talking about specifically, once we stick to our, and I think a lot of ladies have been talking about this, standards, expectations, and boundary standards and expectations. When we
Mhm.
stick to that, I think we will. I think we will have good things coming towards us from now on, and it
Mhm.
may not be. Dare I say, it may not be packaged as a black man. You know, who's to say white people aren't black? No, I'm just messing.
Ah, she come up here trying
But
to start some. Okay, I hear
no,
you
but
over
if we
here.
let ourselves, because sometimes chocolate and sis, sometimes like when you've been through certain stuff, it's like you won't let yourself get in that happy place. You keep thinking about what was and what and stuff. So
The
that's kind
present,
of what I
being in
feel.
the present. Mhm.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
that's what I
Mhm.
think.
Well, I appreciate that, and I will add this. I come from more of a place of why not have somewhere where people can discover themselves and get help. That is that is where community comes in. That's where the village comes in. That's where the, oh, okay, I got this, you got that, da 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 da. Let me just preface it by this. I don't mean everybody. I'm not saying get on the train, kumbaya. No, I am not delusional to that. What I'm saying is, just like in the conversations that we're having right now, just like the women and men that we meet, us being doing the work, us changing our outlook on life, we have to get louder. We have to be just as loud. Because if we care so much about kids and we know children will get on here and watch, I'm like, what are you talking about? You want to sensationalize everything, but there comes a point where then now it's just straight vitriol. How are we doing it all, bruh? What do you want me to do? I can't accept the person over here. I'm not protecting you enough over there. But yet and still, you want both my hands to keep that balance. But what are you doing? Because we both got to go to work to provide. I don't know that many men that can let their wives stay at home and they make enough in this day and age. I'm talking about 2023, not 1953. It's getting harder out here for everybody. Those who are not financially stable, those who do not have a rainy day fund. Peace, big dog Philly OG. Thank you so much for coming in and coming and supporting. Much love to you, sir. Um, this is where I have an issue. I agree with both you ladies. Yes, self reflection is necessary. However, everyone, and we know that, a lot of people, we know that, some folk, whatever you want to say, it is hard for them to do introspection. And to Big Mama's point, a lot of them don't know how. And to Autumn, your point, how do you teach it? How do you package it so that they can see? I don't know why we pretend as though humans will not follow other humans based on what they say, based on what they do. Yes, there is individualism that is necessary for everybody. But we, just as we find our tribes, sometimes those tribes are negative and do dangerous things to us. Sometimes we are so desperate and we are lonely and we are upset and we're angry. So we have found an outlet. And that's what I think a lot of these men, you know, don't have lives, not at the level that they are pleased. Because I don't know a person who got everything okay and everything's cool in the back and they out here just yelling and arguing.
I have a quick question for you.
Sure, please.
Um, do you believe that I would tell you this, like there has been times where I found myself in circles where I needed to be, where whether I
Mm-hmm.
was angry with family members, friends, had bad relationships and was on this I can't stand black men thing, to
Mm-hmm.
I'm divested, to I just wanted sisterhood, to all these different things. Do you think that when we're talking about doing introspection, when you think about it, I personally think it's a question though, but do you agree that at different stages in our life to get through our evolution, we need to go through these different spaces? And like basically, like some of the men in the manosphere, like they're probably there at that time, but
Mm-hmm.
they're not always going to be there because we change, we evolve, we grow. And when you think about and we don't even have to do it deliberately. It's just going to happen. It's
Mm-hmm.
just going to happen because that's just how the world is. That's how life is. So do you think that sometimes it's necessary for us to go through these waves to get to who we are? Um like I don't think it's a lost cause. I feel like we all got to go through these waves to get where we are now. Where now we might not be, if we're not deliberately doing the introspection, we might not have a clear identity of, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
a clear idea of where we're supposed to be, or where or what it looks like, or what we want it
Mm-hmm.
to look like, but we're going
Right.
to get there. Like all things work together, in a
Yeah.
way. Do you think that maybe we are kind of focusing too much on, I have like so many different questions, but I'm trying to
No,
get to
you're
my.
good.
Do
I
you
no,
think
you're
that
fine. I'm
we're
in no
focusing?
rush.
Okay. Do you
Go
think
ahead.
that we're focusing, that we are focusing on the negativity too much when we basically should look at it from a bird's eye view?
I
and see
do.
that there will be something better, probably.
Okay, I understand what you're asking. I get it.
Yeah,
I get what you mean.
I think I get it. I mean, I
Well,
think I got the
hey,
question out, but you,
we'll
yeah.
work it out, babe. We'll work it out. You know me. We'll work it out. My belief is that still there should be, and there is already. I'm not talking about anything that isn't there. I'll give an example. When our counterparts' children started doing certain types of drugs, okay, there was a huge jump in mental health homes, sober houses, get you off the street, da 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 da. How many of those do we have? When they also fought psychiatry, psychology, all these things have gone through their changes. However, we as Black people, that's who I'm talking about. As Black folks, we are still in a perpetual spin. And yes, some people come out of it and they're able to go and live their life and be comfortable. Unfortunately, we have a large population of people who are stuck right where they are. And when we talk about community, when I'm speaking to it, I'm talking about it just like you said. We should have evolved already as a community. It only takes few to take care of many. We know that. It's not to make people do what I want them to do, but have a place someone can go and figure out what they want to do. Maybe they don't have that confidence. Maybe they don't have a computer. Maybe they don't have a clue, like you said. And I feel that that is something that has been missing in our community for years. There should be an organization for Black women that if anything you need, you can call. There should be those types of things behind us as the foundation of our communities, as women, as children, as Black men, as elders, as disabled. And that's why I'm bothered. This is why I'm having this conversation, because it's like me as a woman going to different spaces and speaking this way, I am called a man because I want to provide a safe space for people, somewhere they can actually breathe and feel like, okay, I'm not begging, I'm not lazy, I'm not this, I'm not that. We have been so individualized that we have forgotten we don't do anything alone. For us to have the things that we do, for us to shop, for us to buy clothes, live in a house, rent, that's somebody else's creation. But yet and still, we as Black folks want to act like we can't create that for ourselves. All Black people don't want to do it. You can't help everybody. I didn't say that. But you can help those who want better. Thank you, Lady Royal. Girl, I'll be talking to myself to keep me motivated, honey. I don't know if I'm motivating anybody else, but thank you for the compliment. And it's not that I don't believe in individualism. Believe me, I'm selfish too. I like what I like. I want to make a substantial amount of money. I want to make sure my family is safe and taken care of. I want nice things. I want to travel, blah, blah, blah. But that doesn't mean that I also want to see a better community. I heard a man tell me, well, this generation, you know, we can't fix this. And that's what I hear. Like literally, y'all don't want to fix shit. That's it. You want to blame single parents. You want to blame Meg the Stallion and Lizzo and all these entertainers, yet and still you screaming, I don't need no leader, but yet we talk about Jay-Z and Beyonce like they in the government. They're not making decisions for your life. They're benefiting from the decisions that's already been made. And that's the distraction. That's the point. I'm gonna keep you distracted with the struggle, with education. I'm gonna put hoop after hoop after hoop in front of you so that you will either get discouraged, or if you make it through and now you become an anomaly. Everybody don't want the same thing. I know that. There's a lot of people who need um that, just a little bit, just that push, just that motivation, just that nice word, just that smile, right? And you have to focus on both. As a person who is trying to be a large part of my community, I have to look at both, the positive and the negative, and then everything in between. Because how can I sit up there and say I want to help the community, but I don't even know what they want? So I don't want y'all to think I disagree, because I don't. Yes, introspection is necessary. We need to do that. However, there are people out here who would jump at the chance if they had the assistance to get over that particular hump in their life. Some people just need a good car, right? And I don't see why that can't be created. So Chocolate Earth for me is more than just, oh, I'm gonna just grow food over here. I want it to become a hub for Black folks to be able to call, no matter how old you are, no matter your sexuality, no matter your gender, no matter any of those things. We are here to make our community better, so we don't drop it on these babies, because it's a mess. I mean, just, and I'm not saying it to down anyone. What I'm saying is that we are all over the place, and we have the opportunity to connect in a way that we never thought was possible. And this is the stuff we put out. That's why I started. Um, yeah, part of it was, yes, I want to, make sure that I can utilize this as a form of income once I become monetized, to go back into my businesses, or my foundation. But please talk. I know I run my mouth, but please jump in at any time, because it's passionate for me. This is my belief, my opinion, and I am not trying to force it on anyone. I just do believe that if we, like the cliche say, if we build it, people will come.
What about your have you ever thought about using um like grants and different fundings from, our country to be
Mm-hmm.
able to build your the first community like that,
Mm-hmm.
and then once you've done that, you know
Then go to the next. Yes, that
yeah,
is,
because I mean, I feel
you
like,
got it.
you have a
Yeah.
like, I understand what you're trying to do, but I feel like a lot of us, they'll be more supportive when they see something
Of
established,
course.
and it might not
Mm-hmm.
look like, it might not have to be for all Black people. You might have to just build
Oh.
something just to show people, like, this is what it looks like, and then, basically set a model, and then go from there, because, that's why I'm saying introspection, and focusing on yourself, like, what is it that you want to do, like, what you want to do, and everybody don't know what they want to do, and
Exactly.
it's gonna take some time for them to get there, but this is what you're passionate about, this is what you have basically made your mandate. Whatever, a lot of people don't, and, like, you're right, a lot of people just kind of want to follow, but they want to see what they're following. So
Exactly.
I'm just like I feel like I don't know. I just feel like because we are in this state where there is a
Hmm.
lot of gender warring, there are
Hmm.
people who recognize your vision, but they might not be 100% invested in it. That maybe that you should just do it on your not
No, you're
talk
right.
about it,
But you're
but
right.
show them and then come back and
Yeah.
be like, well, this is what I really wanted. I wanted to be
Oh
for
yeah.
us, and here's the
Hmm.
motto. Because
I,
I feel
I
like
agree
there's
with you.
nothing wrong for you to be in this because of what it is and how important it is. I think that it's important for you to be selfish in as far as like doing whatever you need to do by any means to get it built, and then
Hmm.
coming back, and saying,
Right.
hey, this is what it looks like.
Well, and to your point, this is why I also created the channel. Yes, I like having panels and getting having conversations and different topics will move me within the community. However, the next step for me is once the land is paid off, I'm taking the camera with me. I'm going live. I want you to see my steps, each and every one of them. Because again, I'm not doing anything that hasn't been done, right? It's just that, and to your point, when I say my community, I just want to be very clear. Yes, I am very pro black, but that doesn't mean I'm against any other culture. I will help whoever needs the help. But my main goal is to assist people that look like me, folks that done had to do the things I've had to do, you know? And that doesn't matter. Like I said, if you're a man, woman, because the one thing I can say, and even in my own struggles, I have been blessed to be able to assist other people. I am now in a position where I have to ask for help, and that's new for me. So, yes, to your point, no matter what, I'm still doing it. Like I
Right.
just was talking to the realtor today, and he was telling me, what I needed to do as far as like I got it's a few things I can do to kind of speed up the process. And to your point, yes, the USDA is giving away money, especially if you want to be a black woman and you want to be a farmer.
Right. So I don't know. I just kind of feel like you will get what you need faster.
I'm still doing it, babe, no matter what. And I get what you're saying exactly. I just want to also be a platform that does have a message that is not convoluted with this you don't have a right to do this or you don't have a right to do that or this is your role and this is my role. I didn't choose my parents. I
Hmm.
didn't I didn't choose my father raising me as more of a masculine woman in a sense. You know, my mother was soft and sweet and quiet, but if you pissed her off, she was like a little like a chihuahua. She was fucking up your ankles, right?
A lion
However,
and a lamb.
now they're both gone, and I am a mix of both. And so, to your point, over these years, I truly have had the opportunity to, introspect and know this is truly what I want. Believe me, I was trying to get out of it. Believe me, I was Miss Corporate, honey. Okay. I was Miss Corporate all day long. Suits. Hey, I'm here to do it. Dress. Come on, give me that bonus check. But then I wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled. I
I have a
wasn't,
theory.
yeah, it's like I was like a robot.
I have a theory on the whole masculine thing. It's
Please.
not even a theory, but when men say that women are masculine,
Hmm.
it's really weird to me because I feel because you know that we are all both feminine and masculine,
Yes.
but
Which I don't hear.
Right.
It's like
Yeah,
that
but we
science went
are.
out the window.
Yeah, we are. But let's say that we're not even talking about, let's say that we don't even want to acknowledge that
Hmm.
any man that can tell you that he sees masculinity in you is basically telling you that he sees himself in you. And
Interesting.
it's like, if you can see this masculinity in me as a woman, what is your definition of masculinity?
Mm, it's the same thing. What is the definition of femininity?
Right.
Now,
So I'm just
uh,
saying, like, you're
right.
basically, if we're not looking at it from the scientific point that we all have male and female, we
Hmm.
have masculine and feminine aspects about us,
Right.
and we're taking it from the, like, the bravado type standpoint.
Yep.
You're basically, you're saying a person that is supposed to be this tough person is basically seeing you as the same as them. So
Right.
you're so it just, it's like a it really is laughable, because you're basically saying that if you see femininity me, if you see masculinity in me and you're this macho dude, then I'm confused as to
Right.
what masculinity is, because you should not be able to see that in me,
Man, I wish
based
we had a
upon
similar.
Exactly.
what your your ideal is. It would be
Right.
impossible for you to see that in me,
And
because you're not, you know what I mean. And because just think about it, when you think about The Rock,
Hmm.
if The Rock was next to the Brat,
Yeah.
he's not going to see masculinity in the Brat. He's not. He's not going to see that. He's going to see
Mhm.
a woman, because he's a man that I consider completely masculine.
Yeah, I got
So
you.
any man that can say that they can see masculinity in you, I don't think that they're masculine. That's my thing.
So what you trying to say is they out here trying to, they mad that my masculine energy is stronger than their masculine energy. Is that what it is?
Right. Or they're just not it at all. Because it's just,
What
again,
is the definition
when you
though?
think
Like that's what
about,
I'm saying.
just think about the most masculine man that you see. I say The Rock. I say, you know,
Okay.
just somebody
Who do
that
I
is
think?
exudes masculinity. I really, for them to say they see masculinity in a woman is like a disservice to them. Like, you're not even. I just don't see it. I don't. I really
Well,
don't see it.
I
I
don't
can
think,
see.
and I'll confess this to you, Autumn. It's like this. It's not that it's what they see. It is just, in all fairness, I will stand in my square. Like I believe what I believe. I will say
exactly.
what's on my mind. And if that's a problem, but I try not to, unless you disrespect me, I'm not gonna disrespect you. But it's crazy to me when I hear it. Because the first time I ever heard it kind of hurt my feelings. I was like, what do you mean? Because I was growing up called a princess, be a girl, paint your nails. I'm a girl, right? We're so attached to these roles, right? And then I realized, I'm like, well, wait, we come with both. We're masculine and feminine. There are men who we make mistake as being a part of an alternative lifestyle. He's just feminine, but he likes women. But again, why are we in and policing our bedrooms and who and what people like? And to me, it's just a distraction. You're not talking about the things that matter. Like they're getting rid of affirmative action. What? They've already, like, there are people making decisions for our lives every day. This is why I'm saying, like, the freedoms and all the things that we have, it is because it has been allowed, it has been fought for. We didn't get these privileges because everybody was nice and lovely. We're still fighting. So when I when I stand on how I feel, the sense is this: we will always have bullies, we'll always have oppression, because we will always have that side. But there's a lot of people in the middle that get ran over because there's nothing there. The people who are out here working, the people who are struggling to get by, there should be resources. And then it's like black people will say, well, I don't want no handout. What you think we've been getting? If our ancestors had to fight, people had to lose their life. Not, I ain't even talking about on that right to vote, just to exist. You couldn't walk down a particular street. You still, and this country still allows sundown towns. These are the things that I always am like, yes, I'm this way. I'm not expecting anybody else to be this way. I'm just trying to understand, why aren't these things important in our community? And why aren't our men talking about it? Because regardless, we're on these platforms, we go from room to room, but what are these men talking about?
Chocolate, I have a comment in saying that you have to realize you're actually talking to. You're talking to
Mm-hmm.
people who is unemployed, to men that are unemployed, men that probably don't know a whole lot. They know some, but they don't really know a whole lot. They just
Mm-hmm.
saying what they heard somebody else say. And that's what you hear a lot out here in YouTube. And another thing is, um, I think worrying about what people say, that's probably why a lot of people not in relationships that they want to be in, because they're always worried about what somebody is saying,
Yeah.
you know? And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
I I understand. Yeah, I understand, I understand that you want to hear people out, but when you had to really think about who you're actually talking to. Are you in the room with doctors, professors, black men who are, doctors, professors who
Yeah, I try
have
to
math?
go. Yeah, lawyers, and I try to
And I doubt
follow.
that either one of them
Yeah.
told you you were masculine.
No, no.
No, they're
I
more educated
I
than that. So you had to think about who you're
um
talking to.
and very much so. I also say though, with my perspective, and it's no disagreement with you guys. It's just the perspective that I have, and of course, the reason why I'm at this point is because of those different interactions and how they've imprinted on my life. That's everyone. You take with you a piece of whatever has impacted your life, and you either utilize it or you move on. Girl, it's okay. I appreciate you. Just say no worries. Um, like I said, I do know who I'm talking to, just to let you guys know. Like I said, I'm not naive. The thing that bothers me though, like I said, is when I'm watching the chat, right? Not talking to me or not, because I don't care what somebody gonna say about me, but watching the chat when certain questions are asked. Like I said, why don't y'all mobilize?
But chocolate, we're all holding
Is
our
it the
own.
ignorance
I'm
that
holding
bothers
my own.
you?
I'm paying my. I'm holding my own as a woman. I played heavy sports. Coming up, I was a little bit of a tomboy, but
Me
I'm not
too.
gonna have someone tell me that I'm masculine. I could be a tomboy. I could
But
be a stripper. I can be both.
is it though? It's to
I know how to get
me.
out there, and I was in starting lineup. So
All
sport
right, go ahead,
was
girl.
no, it wasn't that. But I'm just saying, some people there. I was around girls who acted masculine, but then somehow they popped up pregnant. People might
Exactly.
think they act masculine, but you don't really be knowing exactly what people is doing. Because I know a few girls, they would be back and forth. They would act like what you would call masculine, but they a few of them popped up pregnant too.
Well,
I
And
yeah.
mean,
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If they sit up here and call you masculine, I mean, really, your response is if you think that I'm masculine, then you must not be.
You know, to what you guys are saying, and like I said, no disagreement. The perspective I'm coming from is regardless the labels that we have put on each other, I'm not offended. That's not offended that he called me masculine. Or once I understood, because it's like if you're saying to me, because masculinity by definition is,
I
the
think it's
ability,
assertiveness.
right, being this and that and so on and so forth.
Well, not
But
not all that, but yeah,
yeah,
not all
but
assertiveness, but it's just
yeah.
dominance, a certain type of dominance. But
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be. Let me look it up real quick so I
Well,
can read
what
it.
I don't understand about a lot of our men is that,
Yeah.
and I've talked with other men on this, men, different men, but these men are worried about the wrong thing. Do you want some pee or do you want?
Love
You
it.
you act like you're trying to get to everything else, but the pee, and that's what this one guy told me because we were talking about the hair thing. He was like, I
Oh
don't
wow.
care what their hair looks like. He's like, I just know.
they really don't.
Or this one girl was. Then this one girl we were talking to him, and she said, "My arm. I don't want to do nothing right now because my arm is in a cast." He was like, well, is he trying to get some arm or some pee? Like, I don't know what these guys is aiming for.
That's why I'm
I don't know
saying
if
you
they
can't
want
really
hair,
get so.
armpits,
Oh
Yeah,
shoot.
because I'm
kneecaps.
telling
I don't
you,
know.
yeah.
I mean, you would think they would be focused on.
They are though. They just say this stuff because they sit up here and they say, "I don't want to be with a woman that looks like this or a woman that has this or this."
Yes.
But they do because they're with them and they
Hello.
will sleep
No,
with them, and that's it. And they would marry a stripper, and like come on, like it's not. It's always it's like I just say flip flop. Just
trying to
flip
see
I
flop,
where they
want to.
flip
can
flop, flip
get you to
flop.
pull out a titty. I mean, a breast or wear a
You
little
So I
say
something.
just think that
titty.
that's why I
They be
think it's
getting
an
those
individual
messages
thing
from
that
you
we
all
got
the
to figure
time.
out. That's why
They
I just
call them
think that it's
masculine.
whatever floats your boat. It's
Yeah,
whatever floats your
Yeah.
boat.
Can we just exist? But you come on, y'all. You know that's not gonna be the case.
But you
You're
can't get
going.
mad at people for
But I'm
being
not
for you.
mad. I'm
No,
not
no, I'm
mad.
just saying in general, not you. I'm just saying that we
Yeah.
can't get so upset or just so riled up about people who's using this platform to make
Hmm.
money or to make a living to bring up these issues that are not even real or realistic, because
Right.
this is a new form of people being able to support themselves. So we
Hmm.
got to kind of have give respect to the game, but
Of
majority of the
course.
shit they be saying, they don't mean that shit. That shit is just
Uh,
it's malarkey. You know what I mean? It's
I would agree.
bogus.
I would agree with you, but I kind of go back to the old adage of how comfortable people can be with strangers.
but
Well, I
that's
And
mean,
so.
but again,
you
like she said,
know,
it's people that are bored. People don't have nothing to do.
well, true
People that don't
enough.
have jobs. It's like the type of people that you are that are on here because although social media is so huge and YouTube, there are a lot of people that are not on it and are
Yeah, of
not using
course.
it the same way that we are. So it really
Hmm.
represents a small number of the totality
Yeah,
of
You
our
know
people in
what?
our
our men.
community. It's really not that many
I
people.
what I would really like to do is in the what we call the Black YouTube space, or how we pop around to different lives. I would just love to get a real, what you want to say, a real snapshot. Like take a unbiased like survey. I want numbers, because if we kind of go, well, yeah, nah, I'm not saying that what you're saying isn't true. Some of them may not mean what they say, and they're just saying it for the shock value.
Still using it.
But
Hmm.
I still feel there's a silent majority that actually agrees and believes. That's all. But I did want to read this, right? Masculinity. This is the definition right now. It is qualities or attributes regarded as characteristics of men or boys. Handsome, muscled, and driven. He's a prime example of masculinity. So I don't think I'm handsome. I mean, I guess it's a
Okay.
word that
I
it.
was literally around this hater one time, and
Yeah.
he act like a girl. He was dressed up like a total girl because we were
Uh
up in
huh.
the city, right? He
Right.
tried that on me because these people, they're it's something wrong with people. They try to throw little salt. They try to, when people
Mm-hmm.
try to throw a
Yeah. Yeah.
shot or
Yeah.
a dart. He's like, I thought you were trade. I said, you didn't think that.
Come on. And
You
that's what
never
I be
thought it
saying.
because, like
Like
he said,
random.
I look way better than you. Stop it. You never even thought that. But he tried it. You understand what
Right.
I'm saying? He
Right. Of
tried.
course. You
He tried.
listen.
And men will try stuff like that because
And it's
he
silly. It's
I said,
silly.
"Oh, no. You continue to get just what you're getting. Trying, just because he acts like a woman, then when he sees another beautiful woman, he tried to say he thought basically I was a man that was dressed like a woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lie from the pit of hell.
So here, I wanted to share this with you guys. Let me see. Can you still see my screen? I hope so. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold on. That's united, handsome, and muscled and driven. Go ahead, Dan. So they said there are four types of femininity. All women have different modes of expression, but each woman carries the universal expressions of four main characteristics. Oh, I'm sorry, archetypes embodying the feminine essence: the maiden, the wild woman, the nurturer, and the wise woman. So again, it's different definitions. Over time, this has shifted and changed. However, my concern is the thought process that men are having these conversations, and it's so far from reality. Like, okay, so you ain't working. Okay, so whatever. People people do what they do, and some of this rhetoric has led to actual harm. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna ask you this. There's a channel I watch. It's called. I think it's Black Girl Unlost. Let me see if I can find it. Like I said, I'm into crime. Right, I'm into crime because it has it also explains a lot of characteristics of people, traits, things to look for if a person start acting this way or saying certain things. That's why, we started having the conversation about gaslighting and, this isn't true. People started needing that definition. They needed to know, like, even though we're individualistic, we do feed off of each other because energy never breaks, right? It just moves to the next. And the energy that is promoted, and then we turn around and talk about kids on these platforms, and I'm blown away. When you just finish calling a woman like 50 B's, right? Or you stupid, or what you saying don't make sense, da 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 da. And I think that is necessary to call it out. It's not so much that I'm saying, oh, I'm better or I'm this or that, but don't tell me you want a solution and you want to lead me somewhere when you chaotic yourself.
And then it says right in the Bible that basic instructions before leaving earth. It says a fool is known by a multitude of words. So the more it's nothing wrong with talking, but the more
Mm-hmm.
someone
Mm-hmm.
talks, the more you can see if they do know what they're talking
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
about. So if you do talk a lot, like some of these men be doing all this chatty patty chatting, but they don't understand whole time data's being collected.
Right. Here you go. Here you go. Now check this out. So here's the femininity. Because I'm like, where y'all getting this stuff? So how can you tell if a woman is feminine? And you know why I like Google is because they actually put what people ask. So people are asking these type of questions. So it says physical appearance does not really define how a feminine how feminine a woman is. A woman shows she is operating from her feminine energy by the traits she possesses, not her outer, but her traits. Feminine characteristics such as intuitive, creative, empathetic, nurturing, and compassionate are typical signs of a woman that is high in her feminine energy. Well, baby, that's me. That's me. Because I've been all those things and I'm still all those things, and I work on that, being that for myself, as well as storing up enough because I want to assist other people to get to wherever they feel their peace because that's, I think that's what the thing is that I want to assist people to find their peace the same way I'm on the journey to find mine.
That's not masculine though, because the thing is that, and I like how a lot of people, they try to say, oh, this and that happened, and women. Okay, well, if
Hmm.
you leave a woman, just say a man left you home for weeks and weeks and weeks, and you
Yeah,
haven't.
yeah, yeah.
Back then, we didn't have cell phones. What you gonna have to do? You're gonna have to still do
Hmm.
everything that
Right.
needs to be done.
Hmm.
So this what I don't get with some men, like, and all this, a lot of sisters say it. You what are we just supposed to sit there and just sit in our stuff? We're going to get up
Hmm.
and we're going to make and build and, nest and
No, but
make,
you're not supposed to.
yeah,
That
take
is the
care of kids
problem.
and stuff, and do stuff like you're doing. Make sound. We're going to do stuff like that as women. We're not going to just sit there. You know what I mean? Like, let me just. I mean, and like, say your yard needs to be raked. If your yard needs to be raked, you might go out there and rake some leaves or pay somebody to do it.
Hey, my cousin do it. She go out there and do her thing. And so I'm a wrap it up with this. So here I put in define a masculine woman. A masculine woman or manly woman are female-bodied individuals who possesses qualities that are perceived to be masculine. These women are masculine in appearance, have masculine interests, prefer the company of men, and or masculine task or job.
I don't care. I'll still fight a girl that acts masculine, and that's gonna
Why?
be even more funny when. And that's like I told that one girl when she
I
tried to
don't
shut.
want you to fight
No,
nobody.
what I'm telling you is that it don't make no difference whether you're masculine or not, because it's gonna make it more funny when you get dull.
Oh
So
no, you're so
it's
funny.
not just about fighting, but it's just what
I
I'm
know
saying
what
is
you're
I don't
saying.
get why. I really don't. It don't make no difference to me,
Yeah. Well, that's
because
what.
you will see the feminine side of a woman,
Hmm.
um when you could take me as a feminine woman, um
Hmm.
say I went up against a masculine woman, and
Hmm.
I dusted her, then you will see her feminine side. You will see
Well,
it's
no, you
it's
see her
ups and
beat
downs.
up side. That's all.
Yeah, just because
That's
you
it. You
doing
beat
all
her
that
up.
rah rah, that don't mean that you about nothing.
Shit.
Yeah,
She said
that's
I'm
the thing,
rolling up my
acting
sleeves and I'm
masculine,
taking off
but
my earrings. Where the Vaseline at? Damn.
no,
Okay, I
it's
see
not.
you
It's
out
just
here.
just for example, because there is
Yeah,
some
I know.
things that I've faced with
Yeah,
masculine women, and that doesn't move me either way. I'm not gonna say a woman acts masculine. Some women like to wear baggy clothes. Some
but
women don't
these
like the tight
are,
jeans in their stuff.
well, that's what I wanted to, and I'll end it on this note. All of this shit is made up of human mind, someone else's fever dream we live in every day. Whether it's the cars we drive, the food we eat, the houses we buy, the jewelry we wear, all of this is human made. This stuff didn't just come out the sky. So it's like when we talk about the ability and what we are able to do, there have been women who have been activists. There are women who have been down, who women who are builders or building. You have women who are doctors, lawyers, cops, the whole nine. And at every moment when those things happen, the same rhetoric. We got too many rights. Now we're hearing that the sexual part of it is If I could sleep with any, I would sleep with anybody I want, regardless of age, if it wasn't against the law. But we know already that it's been happening, especially in our community. An older man coming on to you, that's a badge of honor.
It happened in every
Oh,
community.
well, no, I mean, I agree with you, but I'm strictly talking about black folks. Like that's it.
No, because
Like
that girl, she was
we,
biracial, but she was on that boat with what was it, Thomas Jefferson?
who you
That
talking about?
14-year-old girl he was messing around with. So
Girl,
that
some of them
happens.
men,
Yeah, it happens both white and
75,
black. Yeah.
75 years old says marrying 12-year-old girls. This is the same country, just different players. Them folk dead, and we repopulate. So I'm going to end it here. I appreciate y'all coming
Okay.
up. I appreciate you
Have a
coming and
blessed rest of your.
supporting. Yeah, what's your question?
I said, have a blessed rest of your night.
Oh, you too, baby. And thank you so much for coming up. Like I said, I'm gonna try to be more and more consistent. Because I'm trying to reach that 500, honey, because then I can get monetized. So then that money can, that'll be a resource as well for Chocolate Up.
Yeah.
So yeah. So y'all
Yeah.
helping me and I appreciate it. For real.
Um. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, thanks for having me up.
Of course, anytime. Like I told you, um, at least for I know like the next few days, I'm gonna be trying to put out like more content. I think, I want to put out more videos. I'll probably do a live. If I don't do one tomorrow, I'll do one on Thursday. Because again, there are topics in the community which I am concerned about that I want to discuss. Whether people agree or not, it's not really about that. I love hearing other people's opinion, whether I agree with you or not. So I bid y'all all a good night. Thank y'all so much for coming in. Much love. And we'll do this again real soon. Okay. Bye.